Howdy folks, and welcome to the new character guide for Elder Scrolls Online. Now, as you can see, I've just created a brand new character, which is going to be Stamina Nightblade. Now, I've just spawned here in Blackwood. The first thing I did is I picked up the Sky Shard, so if you spawn here, pick it up, it's right behind you. This is where you spawn for the first time. As you can see, new characters there. Now, as a new character, what I highly recommend doing just before you do anything else is go to your settings, go to gameplay, select quick cast ground abilities to on, which will mean that you will not have to press the ground AoE button twice. Because what happens, for example, if you have a bow and you want to cast Endless Hail or Morphs, the first press of the button will just activate the circle, so you will see where the circle is. You can aim it somewhere, and then you have to press it again to actually activate the ability. But in combat, that's a waste of time. So turn this on. In this case, you will just have to aim, press the button, and there it goes. Now the next thing is interface. I turn this to user ID. Next thing, social. I turn the profanity filter off because it will be stars in the chat. Sometimes it just filters completely normal words for some reason. So turn this off, leaderboard notification off, because like it just clutters the chat with meaningless notifications. Auto decline duels, you can turn this on. Sometimes, especially when you're like, for example, stone falls near the battlegrounds area, people will spam you with dual invitations, so I just turn this off, or turn this on in this case. The next thing, AVA announcements do not show. I don't need this at all. Now, the combat thing is ability bar always show. Ability bar timers, I use this one instead of the combat action duration reminder add-on. Attribute bars don't show because I've got, as you can see, this add-on here. But if you don't use any add-ons, you just click on always show, because it's just good to know how much health, stamina, magicka you always have, like at all times. Now, resource numbers, number and percent. Active combat tips do not show because, again, it will clutter your screen with unnecessary stuff. And ultimate number on, so you can actually see the ultimate number here, like how much ultimate you've got. Now, also, I would highly recommend setting some controls. If you use keypad, I mean joystick, so to speak, right? One of the best thing, or gamepad, one of the best thing is scroll down and find the toggle gamepad mode. Now I bound it to F12. You can bind it to any key you want, and what this does, if you're in game, the gamepad menu is kinda not really the best in the world. For example, if you go to your inventory, this is a lot easier. If you're using add-ons, it's a lot easier to find stuff. Now, if you use gamepad, you will want to switch in between gamepad and normal keyboard menu. One way is to go here, select gameplay, and you see gamepad off on. You don't have to do this, you just bind it to a key, you press the key, ta-da, there it is, right? So this is kind of quality of life improvement. You don't have to just go to your settings and do it all manually. Click a button, there it is. Now, as a new character, I've already taken it out, but you get a box with some useful gear. You're gonna get light, heavy, or medium piece of leg armor and a light piece of chest armor. Now, as a stamina nightblade, light armor is not like my preferred choice of armor, but eventually you will want to have everything leveled up, and you level up armor weight by just wearing the particular weight of armor. So in this case it's light. I highly recommend using everything you find at first, right? So this piece of armor gives you also 7% experience. You get it from the box. 7% experience gained from kills on top of all the other experience. Now you will also, from the box, you will also get a crown fortifying meal, which is your food. Fantastic thing. Using food all the time is something that I would highly recommend, because the more attributes you have, like stamina and magicka, the more damage you deal. So why not, right? So use that. Then you go to your skills, you claim your attributes and skill points, and select one skill of each of your class ability and put them on your bar. Now you level up skill lines and particular skills by slotting them on your bar. You don't have to use those skills at all. You just have to have them slotted when you gain the experience, which means you kill something, right? And these skills will gain experience out of that, right? The good thing about leveling up different abilities, different weapon skill lines, is that if you want to level up, for example, your two-handed skill plus dual wield plus bow, all you have to do is unlock the bow and dual wield skill line, put one bow skill here, one dual wield skill here, and you're using a two-handed weapon, which means all your class abilities will level up, plus 3 of your skill lines, like weapon skill lines. Two-hander, because you're using a two-handed weapon, bow, and dual wield because you have them slotted. So that's kind of easy way to level up skill lines. Now, another thing is, choose your horse. Where are you? There you are. Choose your horse, any horse, right? This is my preferred type of mount. The next thing is, don't use your horse. That's like, really, do not use your horse until you're level 10 or you've leveled up your horse significantly beforehand, before you start adventuring. The level 10 is important, but I will mention that later on. Why is it important? Now, as you can see, I've discovered this way shrine, and my skills have leveled up a bit. My skill lines have leveled up a bit, right? But I don't have any skill like weapon skill lines. I have to kill something while using the particular skill line. So if I kill this wolf or these wolves, right? See, I've just gained the two-handed skill line, right? Chests give you some experience, but like, this is simple, don't really care about that. Now, if you want to level up your bow, all you have to do is use the bow, pardon me, to kill something, like literally something. It can be even like an insect or a snake. I don't know if there is anything like that here. But using something, right, there it is, bow, skill line gained. There we go, two-handed bow. Now, one of the first things you have to do is, whenever you spawn, get to a major city. You will always have unlocked, well, if you use add-ons, you use this to set your filter preferences, but you will always have one major city in each alliance unlocked. For example, I'm EP, Ebonheart Pact. So you have one major city in Oregon, which is Aldmeri Dominion. If you look over here, this is Aldmeri Dominion. You don't have anything in Reaper's March, Malabal Tor, Green Shades, or Grathwood, but you have one major city open in Oregon, right? There's a way shrine. For Daggerfall Covenant, it's Glenumbra. Again, Daggerfall Covenant up here. You have nothing here except, well, Hrothgar if you have Orsinium, but you have Glenumbra. Right? So, since I'm Ebonheart Pact, I've got Daven's Watch. So let's go there, because that's the second most important thing to do right when you create a new character, right? So the first one is use your settings and control to set up your preferences, to set the game the way you want it. The next thing is get to your main alliance. That's the important part. Get to your main alliance capital city, which is in this case Daven's Watch. Talk to the hooded figure, because she will give you a main quest. This is how the main quest of this game starts. And head inside the main city, Daven's Watch in this case. Do not use your horse. It will only just frustrate you, right? Because if you don't have a horse leveled up, Cornflower, I will get to picking up ingredients in a moment, but if you don't have your horse leveled up, this is just pain, utter pain, and it will just frustrate you because people can run faster than you can run on your horse, right? So when you get here, go to your Mage's Guild and pick up the Mage's Guild skill line. As a stamina character, you're not going to get much use of the Mage's Guild skill line, but you will be finding lore books on your journeys across Tamriel, so why not have the Mage's Guild skill line? And there can be some useful things in even in Mage's Guild for stamina characters, right? The next thing is you go up here to the Fighters Guild, talk to this guy, and there you go, Fighters Guild. This is far more important, because when you go to your Fighters Guild, Fighters Guild levels up by killing undead and Daedra. No other way. Mage's Guild levels up by picking up lore books. So to level up Fighters Guild, you should pick it up as soon as possible, because you will be killing up undead and Daedra very soon, and it will level up your Fighters Guild. Now, if you're in Daven's Watch, right, if you pick up the Fighters Guild skill line here, this is a very important bookshelf, because majority of times it will give you a skill line. you don't like the skill line can be, well, random. But in this case, it was probably a skill line either two-handed or bow, because there's a skill book in here. Sometimes it gives me one-hand and shield, that kind of stuff. So it's that bookshelf is kind of important, so pick that one up. Now, the next thing, extremely important, you go down here, because this is one of the hardest things to level up as a new character, is the Undaunted, right? You pick up this quest here, talk to this guy. Now, the thing with the Undaunted here, especially in Davon's Watch, is that what Scalestick gives you is a quest. Go to Fungal Grotto 1. I am not 100% sure about the other alliances, because I don't have any other alliance characters, so I'm all EP. But even though the quest says I should enter the Fungal Grotto 1 to prove myself, all you have to do is actually just get close to it. There's a sky shard right above the Fungal Grotto. If you pick the sky shard up, if you just walk all the way, walk, do not use your horse, because like I said, that will just frustrate you like there's no tomorrow, right? So if you just get here, you don't even have to go inside, you pick up the sky shard, the quest is done. I'm not exactly sure if other alliances have the same, so if you pick it up for like Aldmeri Dominion or Daggerfall Covenant, I don't know if you can just go near the dungeon. But Ebonheart Pact for the win, so all you have to do is just get to the dungeon, pick up the sky shard, you don't even have to go in, it's done. You go back and finish the quest, talk to Scalestick again and finish the quest. Now, you don't have to actually do that at all, right? Because what happened now is you have the Undaunted skill line. And what you can do, in every major city of each alliance, there are pledge givers, right? If you level up to level 45, a special activity called Pledges will open up. You will get an invitation to join the Undaunted if you haven't joined them here. You can go to that area, start doing pledges, right? But that area has another Undaunted guy, which is very important for you from the beginning, because this levels up only by gaining dungeon achievements or doing pledges or doing the Undaunted daily quests. So Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, Undaunted. That's the first thing you have to do. Now, what I usually do, there's a public dungeon over there, but I'm not going to go there just now. I am going to either, if you have guildmates, you can port to them, or another thing I would highly recommend is buying a house, one of these inn rooms in the capital city that has the Undaunted enclave in it. So in this case, it's Flaming Nyx Deluxe Grey. In the case of Aldmeri Dominion, it's here in Grathwood, it's Snackpod. For this one, you have to have achievement. There's a quest in somewhere around here. It's over here. You go here, do a quest here. It's not that long. You finish the quest, you get an achievement, then you will be able to buy this with in-game gold. Right? Do not spend money on these small houses like real-world money. So this is another one, because the Undaunted Enclave is just right here. And for the Stormhaven for the Daggerfall Covenant. The Undaunted Enclave is just here, so I highly recommend getting the Gardener House. Again, you will have to do some achievement. I think I have no idea about the Daggerfall Covenant. The only reason I know about this snack pod is that I have it. But the Daggerfall Covenant Undaunted Enclave is just right here. Again, so I highly recommend getting this house. It shouldn't be that hard. The reason being that whenever you are, you can always port to your house for free. And even if you don't have any friends or guildmates online that are, for example, in the Shan, right? There's no one in the Shan, in my case, at this very moment, because it's like early in the morning. What I can do is port here for free from anywhere, from a dungeon, from just general adventuring. You just port here, you're there. Another fantastic thing is that now, finally, you can port outside. So you don't have to actually port in, then go through another loading screen to go out. You're porting out, and there you are. So, again, highly recommended. Get one of these inn rooms or those small houses in the main city of your alliance where there is the Undaunted Enclave. So what we're going to go here or do here is go to the Undaunted Enclave and pick up a daily quest. Now, you don't have to do the dailies for Mages Guild and Fighters Guild, because you level them up by collecting lore books or killing up undead or Daedra, right? But the Undaunted, you can get the achievement once. If you go to a dungeon and you do, for example, no death or speedrun, you can get it once. You get some skill points, Undaunted points, but that's about it. You cannot repeat it. The only way to repeat something and gain some Undaunted skill points is to talk to Bogrul, this guy. He's in the Shan, in Mournhold. He is in Grathwood, over there by the Undaunted Enclave, and he's also over here in Stormhaven, right? So you talk to this guy. Yes, alright, I'll do it. So he gave you a daily quest. You can do this once per day. But there is a trick to it, not many people know. If you do this with your group, you can share these quests with a group. So the best thing is to get some friends together. For example, 5, let's say. One of you picks up the quest, the daily quest, share it with your group. You all do the quest. You go back, you hand it in, and then another one of your group picks another daily quest. It can be the same, in which case he will not be able to, they will not be able to pick up the quest. But if they can pick up a daily quest, because you cannot repeat the same quest twice every day. But if they can pick up a quest, it will be a different one. So in the best case scenario, if you have a 5-man group, you will be able to do 5 Bolgrol's daily quests. Each will give you 10 Undaunted points. Right, see? To level it up from level 1 to level 2, that's 50. So if you have a 5-man group, you can be Undaunted level 2 today. On top of that, you will again gain the dungeon achievement points, Undaunted points like no death, speedrun, dungeon damage dealer, dungeon healer, that kind of stuff. But this is important because these 2 passives are extremely useful. Undaunted Command, Undaunted Metal. This increases all your resources, and this provides you with resources when you activate the synergy. This is extremely important thing, right? And there are also some other useful skills in the Undaunted skill line. For Magicka users, the orb is just a fantastic thing. So when you first create a character, use the settings to improve your gameplay, combat, and social experience. Pick up your weapon lines by killing anything, even like snakes, right, or frogs. That will do. Anything you kill with a weapon equipped will unlock the weapon line. And pick up Fighter's Guild, Mage's Guild, and Undaunted. If you are a stamina character, Mage's Guild is not that really important, but why not? You can get it in the same city as all the others. So pick at least Fighter's Guild and Undaunted up, because you will need those, and to be able to level them up as soon as possible is just a big plus. So that's all for this video. I will keep going with this little dude, right, little alien. I will showcase like the level 10 importance in this game, because that's a big milestone. I will get into some outfits, quality of life improvements, that kind of stuff, and general leveling experience. So I will thank you now for watching, and I'll see you next time.